ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Griffith Stadium here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., as today's 1954 game of the day. As today will be the Boston Red Sox taking on the Washington Senators. Hello, everybody. This is your sports time machine bringing you Stratomatic with 1954 replay. As today we'll take a look at one of the hotter teams in the American League, the Boston Red Sox, taking on the Washington Senators. As today's pitching matchup, we'll take a look at that real quick, and then have a little pregame show to get to the game today. On the mound for the Boston Red Sox will be Bill Henry, and on the mound for the Washington Senators will be Shea. So here is your starting lineup for the Red Sox. It'll be Goodman leading off at second base, followed by Maxwell in left, Jackie Jensen batting third in right field, George Kell batting fourth at third, Aganis batting fifth at first, White behind the plate batting sixth, Jimmy Pearson seventh is batting seventh, playing center, Lepicio batting eighth at short, and Bill Henry is your pitcher. For the Washington Senators, it'll be Sievers in left, Busby in center, Vollmer in right. That's Fords in left and right field, so it could be a very interesting game. Yost at third, Henderson at short, Terwilliger at second, Vernon at first, Fitzgerald on the mound, and Shea is your pitcher. And we'll have a little pregame show because they will pull up some stats and kind of take a look at things here in the American League. In the American League, the Boston Red Sox are tied for first place. They're 6-1. They are 3-4 in real life. They're 3 games ahead of their pace. The Cleveland Indians are also 6-1. The Baltimore Orioles, a young franchise team in 1954, are 5-2. That's 2 ahead. The Senators are 3-4. That's only a game behind. The Philadelphia Athletics are 3-4. That's exactly the same. The Yanks are 2-5. That's 2 games below where they were. The Tigers are 2-5. That's again 2 games below. And the Chicago White Sox are 1-6. And that's actually 3 games below. The hottest team right now in the major leagues, in the American League right now, is the Boston Red Sox. They've won 3 in a row. The team having the tough part so far. And that's 2 teams. Chicago White Sox have lost 4 in a row. And the Philadelphia and the New York Yankees have actually lost 4 in a row in the American leagues. They've been struggling as of well. Let's take a look at some league leaders so you can take a look at the American League if you've been watching. Leading American League hitting is Young. He's hitting .529, followed by Avila from Cleveland at .476. Zerniel from the Athletics is hitting .467. Again, this is mid-April stats. Jensen of the Red Sox is hitting .444, while the Mick is also at .444. Leading the league in home runs is Jackie Jensen. He, along with Vic Wertz and Zerniel, all have 3. RBI leaders is Jackie Jensen with 11. So Jensen's 4th in hitting. He's 1st in home runs and 1st in RBIs. So he's having a big season so far for your Red Sox. Let's take a look at the composite total. So far, the Boston Red Sox come in leading the American League in hitting at .304. The Senators come in at 7th in the league at .247. The Red Sox are 5th in pitching at 4.5, while the Senators are at 4.73. This game is being played at Griffith Stadium. We are playing full super advanced modules here. Beatles internally. Thank you so much, Beatles. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Griffith Stadium here in Washington. Let's take a look at some of the statistics. Again, we give you some of those statistics so far. Again, let's get this party started here in Washington. Not a hitter's ballpark. For left-handed hitters, singles are 1-2. Right-handers are 1-14. Home runs, definitely death row out there. Left-handed hitters is a 1-3, while righties is only a 1 with that big wall in right field. Here we go. Let's play ball from the nation's capital. It's Red Sox Senators AL 1954 action. Next time we see you, we'll probably bring you a game from the senior circuit of the National League. Fitzgerald sets the sign for Shea. Shea looks in. Shea comes in at a no record. He pitched 8 innings last time, giving up 7 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. So he had no decision in his first start. He only had 71 innings in his actual season, so he will be limited probably on his pitches. who looks in, gets a sign. Goodman hitting 385, no homers and 6 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Goodman. First pitch of the game, 4-12. Single 1-3. Actually, 5-ball right field. That was actually a ballpark home run on Shea. But remember, we are in the confines here of Griffith Stadium. So that was a ballpark home run. That was limited to a single. And now he's 0 for 1. Let's put on some game sounds if we can find some here. It should be on. Let's see if we can do that and see why it's doing that so far. Here is Maxwell for Boston hitting 182, 1 RBI. Fitzgerald sets the target for. Oh, heck, he can hear my sound. I can't hear myself. That is not good. Hang on, that we have a problem then. How am I broadcasting when I'm not plugged in? That's not good. All right, let's try this again. Hopefully, it's funny how it's wireless, I think. Let's see. Can you hear me now? Hopefully, you guys can hear me now. Good. Let's go ahead and see if I can get my sounds back in the game, as I was not connected. Surprising. I meant I couldn't hear you the other. I know. Yeah, Beatles, I noticed that too. I didn't click on the little thing in StreamYard to add my voice, the chat. So thank you again for that. I appreciate it. My computer is now hooked up. Boy, am I just a bundle of blah tonight here. Again, made that mistake, but I'm hooked up. We can hear myself speak here. And let's see if we can get this on. Actually, it's saying I cannot hear sound. So give me a second here. Let me plug myself into the other jack and see if I can hear sound from the computer right now. Yep, that should do it. I should hear sound from the game. So here is Maxwell. Maxwell again hitting 182, 1 RBI. Shea looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 1-8 is a strikeout for Maxwell, and there's 2 away. Here's Jensen. Jensen comes in having a great start, having a fantastic April, hitting 444, 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. Fitzgerald sets the target. Shea looks in. Here's the sign and the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-3-5 ball in the right field. Vollmer is there, comes in and will not make the play. He'll play it off the wall. Jensen with another double, and Jensen has a 2-out rally. So Jensen again hits it over Vollmer's head. Again, the Washington defense not top-notch. Here is George Kell, the Hall of Famer. I didn't realize he played some of his time with the Sox. He's a .357 hitter with 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Fitzgerald sets the target. Shea from the stretch. Kell in the clutch position can't hit in clutch, so be careful. Now he gets 2 extra hits. Here's the pitch to Kell, and that's going to be a 5-10 single 1-14. No, it's turned down. Nicely done by Lapicio. So the first inning plays in. No runs, 1 hit, nowhere. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, it is no score here at Griffith Stadium. Bottom of the first here. There. They say I should have sound here in my game, and I don't see it as of yet. So here is Yeti Yost, the walking man, hitting 176, has 7 walks, 1 RBI. He's hitting right-handed against Mr. Bill Henry. He's no record, 5.68 ERA. His last game, he went 6 innings, got up 9 hits, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So Yost steps up. White puts down the target. Henry, the big windup and pitch. 1-5, 5 ball left field. Maxwell's there, makes the catch. Red Sox defensively, and they're good in the outfield. Maxwell's a 3, Pearson and Jensen are both 1s. Kell's a 3 at third. Lapicio's a 4 at short. Goodman a 4 at second. Aganis at 3 at first, and White's is 2 behind the plate. On the mound is Bill Henry. He is a left-hander who pitches better, who pitched a little bit better than right-handers, but not by much. Both pitchers probably not going to have a lot of pitchers. He had 96 innings in his 54 season. Busby to hit now. Busby to hitter hitting .391, 23 at-bats, a double and a triple. White sets the target. Henry with the big windup and pitch to Busby. 2-8 pop to short. Lapicio there makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Here is Mickey Vernon hitting .227, 22 at-bats, 3 RBIs on the season. He had a really good year for Boston, 20 homers, 97 ribbies, hitting .290 in a full season. So we'll probably bring it up soon. White sets in the target. Henry looks in, and the big windup to Mickey Vernon. 4-8 double 1-2 6. That will drop in front of Jensen. Vernon will hustle. Oh, he makes the catch. Oh, it was a 9. I thought it was a 6. I thought he got the double, but a 1-6 double, and it's caught by Vernon in right field. So Washington goes 3 up, 3 down. Let's go top of the second. We're still scoreless here at Griffith Stadium. The 6-1 Red Sox taking on the 3-4 Washington Senators. Here is Aganis hitting 286, a double, a triple, homer, 3 RBIs. Again, we're talking about some low stats, low usage so far. We're only in the middle of April 1954. Fitzgerald sets the target. Shea looks in, and here's the windup to Aganis. 6-3, fly ball left field. Sievers could have a problem tracking this one. It drops in front of him. He throws it back in. So again, the Washington defense lets him down, and he's a +4 in left field. So again, the Washington defense definitely letting him go here. Aganis with base hit number 2 for the Sox. And now here's White. +2 for Shea, +1 for Fitzgerald. Aganis can't probably get some stealing options. Let's see if he gets a lead. He doesn't get the lead. Again, I'm playing as the Senators. So Washington is I'm actually playing as Washington here. Boston is the visiting team. Fitzgerald sets in the target. Shea looks in from the stretch. Here's a pitch to White, and that's a 4-8. That's a ground ball double play to Terwilliger, to Vernon, double play. Nicely done. So there's a big double play. Here's Jimmy Pearson. So a big double play for the Senators. Fitzgerald puts down the target. Shea looks in, and here's the windup to Jimmy Pearson. 5-8. Now triple on a 1. Base hit down the line. So Pearson's on again. Red Sox again hunting for hits. That's their 3rd hit through an inning and 2/3. Here's Lapicio hitting 136, 3 RBIs, right-handed hitter, shortstop. Fitzgerald puts down signs, wants to look at Pearson, keep him close. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-2 ground ball to short. Honor home, breaks it to Terwilliger, ends the inning, gets the 4s. No runs, a couple hits, no man left. We played an inning and a half. No score here in Washington. Here is Roy Sievers, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. He had a great year for the Senators in 54. He only hit 232, but he had 24 homers and 102 ribbies. Sievers, a right-handed hitter against the lefty Bill Henry. Henry gets a sign from White, and here's the pitch. 6-6 is a walk, so Sievers takes first, and Washington has a base runner. So here's Vollmer. Vollmer hitting 250, 1 RBI. He's only been up 4 times on the season. 256 hitter during the 54 season with a couple home runs. White sets the target. Henry looking from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Vollmer. And that will be a 1-8 and a walk. So Washington gets 2 on with a couple walks. So now here is Hotterling. He's hitting, this is his first at bat of the season. So what a chance for him to come up. He only had 25 bats, a double, and an RBI. So he steps up. Bill Henry now needs to get himself out of a jam. White sets in the target. Henry from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hotterling. 3-8 double play ball. Henry to Lapicio to Aganis for 2. 1-6-3. Runner on third with 2 outs. Here is Fitzgerald. 15 at bats with an RBI, hitting 200. White sets the target. Henry looks in. Fitzgerald definitely doesn't hit in the clutch. Loses about 2 clicks on the card. Fitzgerald, here's Henry with the windup and pitch to Fitzgerald. 3-6 and the 3rd walk of the inning. So Fitzgerald's on, brings up Wayne Terwilliger. Another hitter doesn't hit well really in the clutch situation. Let's see. We can look at some stats for Mr. Terwilliger here. And we can kind of do this one here. I think Al was looking at this the other day for doing in the clutch situation, but I think that might be let's see, we can find out what he was, I think. Let's see. 208. Is that it? All right, so 208. So it looks like he gets, that might be in the clutch in CI. So he hits 173 in the clutch to Terwilliger. So his average does drop a bit. White sets the target. Henry from the stretch, 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Pitch to Terwilliger. 4-5 struck him out looking. No runs, no hits, 3 walks, strand 2. We played 2 here in Washington. No score. Get your programs. 1954 replay between the Boston Red Sox and the Washington Senators. Top of the third here. Get your programs. Here is Bill Henry. He's a 118 hitter, 34 at bats, 3 RBIs. Fitzgerald sets in the target spot. I think his name is, let's look at his numbers. Shea, in his third inning of work, has looked good today. His name is Spec Shea. That's right, had a weird name to me. He had a year of 2-9, 6.21 ERA, 11 starts, 71 innings. Give him 9 home runs. Luckily, he is in a favorable ballpark. Fitzgerald sets the target. Shea with a windup and pitch to Henry. And that's a 2-4. It draws the walk on the pitcher. That's not what you want to do. So here's Billy Goodman. So Goodman, the batter, he's 0 for 1. Let's make sure we're playing with the computer, playing as Boston. They are. So Shea looks in, gets the sign. Fitzgerald taps the glove. Shea now working from the stretch with the pitcher on first. Pitch to Goodman, and that's a 5-4. Ground ball to third. Yost is a 117. Should be a double play. There's 1, and there's 2. Goes around the horn. 5-4-3. Yost to Wiggler to Vernon. 2 for the price of 1. Here is Maxwell. Portray him as a Detroit Tiger here. His name is Charlie Maxwell. During the season with the Red Sox, hit 250, 104 at-bats, no homers, and 5 RBIs, hitting 174 in this replay, 23 at-bats, 2 doubles, and a ribby. Fitzgerald sets the target. Shea from the stretch. Here's the pitch, and that'll be a 1-10. Struck him out, ends the inning. Red Sox can't score. We go to the bottom of the third. We're still scoreless here at Griffith. So now it'll be Shea, followed by Yost and Busby. So White sets in the target. Henry looks in. Here's the pitch. And that'll be a 2-9 ground ball to second. Goodman's got it. Goes to it. Got us for out number 1. So now here is the walking man, Eddie Yost. Eddie Yost sitting 167. Flied out his first time up. White sets in the target. Henry from the windup. Here's the pitch. And here's 2-3 and walked him. He does name 130-plus walks in 1954. Yost is on first, nobody out. And here is Busby. 375, 24 at-bats, a double and a triple on the replay. White sets in the target. Henry looks in with Yost at first. Here's the pitch. And that will be a 3-5 single right field. First hit for the Senators. Let's see if they'll go to second with it. It's a plus. Ooh, Jensen with a -3 arms. Got a gun. So they'll hold Yost at second, go station to station. First and second, 1 out for Mickey Vernon. Vernon comes up, kind of struggling with the bat. 23 at-bats, 3 ribbies. 1 out here in the third. Senators try to poke one across. The Indians and Red Sox come in tied at first place here in this mid-April contest, both at 6-1. The Senators come in at 3-4. White sets in the target. Henry looks in from the stretch. First and second, 1 out. The pitch to Vernon. 3-10 ground ball to second. Goodman, Lapicio, Laganas gets 2. Good night, Irene. Double play. That does it. Washington done in the third. They strand 1. We go to the fourth. We're still scoreless. 0-0. Top of 4 pitchers duel here at Griffith. And it will be Jensen, followed by Kell and Aganis for the Red Sox here in the fourth. Fitzgerald puts in the target, taps the glove. Spec Shea looks in. Here's the pitch to Jensen. 2-6, and that's a line drive base hit for Jackie Jensen. He continues his torrid April hitting. He's 2 for 2. So now here's George Kell. He lined out his first time up. Fitzgerald taps the glove, puts down the sign. Spec Shea looks in. Runner on first and nobody out. The pitch to Kell. 6-8 is a ground ball second. Terwilliger's going to have a tough time coming up with this one. Runner will go to second on the advancement. Runner on second and 1 man out. So runner on second, 1 out here is Aganis. Aganis hitting 318, a double, a triple, homer, 3 RBIs so far. Having so far a solid season for the Sox. Fitzgerald sets in the target. Shea looks in from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And let's see. Oh, he better keep an eye on Jensen. Jensen was trying to get a lead off there, but Shea stepped off. So runner on second, 1 out. Aganis steps up. Shea again from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-4 ground ball to short, a 4E56 for Hotterlane. He gets it, only play first. Jensen will go to third, and that will put runners at. Oh, no, he's given an option. 1-16, he's safe. We'll get the short out at first, and now runner at third with 2 outs. In the clutch now is White. Loses 1 click in the clutch, and that's on a 1-5, which is a good roll to get. So, again, that's not good for him. So with 2 outs here in the fourth, no score. Boston out hitting Washington 4-1 here in the fourth, but neither team putting a dent on the scoreboard. Fitzgerald sets the target. Shea from the stretch looks back at Jensen, getting a healthy lead on third. Here's the pitch to White. 6-6 base hit. White. Red Sox lead 1-0. So Jensen scores. Boston leads 1-0. RBI knocked for White. Here is Jimmy Pearson. 1 for 1 so far today. He's hitting a very robust .419, 31 at bats, 2 doubles, a homer, and 6 ribbies. Fitzgerald puts down the target. Of course, Pearson is the story of a great baseball movie. I believe it was. I just had the title in my hand about when he had 100 career home runs, and the 100th one he ran the bases backwards. And if I remember right, I will look at that one right here. And I believe it was something, I can't phase it in front of me. I'm gonna cheat like Wordle and kind of look it up if I have to here. And let's see. Okay, let's see it was. And oh, actually, the movie was called Fear Strikes Out, which was the Jimmy Pearson movie. So that was it. I thought, you know what? I thought it was too banged. I thought it was banged the drum slowly or something. I thought that was too. So here's Jim Pearson. He'll step up here, and he will with a 1-0 lead. So Pearson, right-handed hitter. Fitzgerald sets the target. Spec Shea from the stretch. Run on first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Here is 5-3 ground ball back to the mound. Shea's got it. He's a 3-20. That could be tough. He comes up and can't make it. He rolled off his glove. He picks it up, and the runners will advance. So E1 on Shea. First and second, 2 outs, and here's Lapicio. Lapicio, definitely not a good hitter with runners in scoring position. He drops from 256 to 225. Loses 3 hits on the column. So here it is. Shea from the stretch. 2 on, 2 outs. Fitzgerald sets the target. Shea looks in. Big pitch to the inning. And that's a 5-3 ground ball back to Shea again. Does he make it this time? Tough play. Does. Shea almost flubbed that one, but he makes the play to end it. Boston scores 1. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Sox. So here's Sievers, followed by Vollmer and Hotterlane for the Senators here in the fourth. Fourth inning, Boston with 1-0 lead. Sievers, the batter. White puts down the target. Henry with the big windup, and here's the pitch to Sievers. 2-6 pop to short. Lapicio's there, makes the catch, and there's one away. Here's Vollmer hitting 250, only been up 4 times so far in the regular season. White puts down the target. Henry looks in, and here's the windup to Vollmer. Vollmer on a 3-8 base hit. Vollmer, base hit number 2 for the Senators. So now here's Hotterlane. Vollmer will not be held. Aganis will play in back of him. White sets in the target. Bill Henry from the stretch. Only the second hit off the Boston left-hander. Here's the pitch to Hotterlane, and that's going to be 5-8. Ground ball to second. Goodman's a 4. Could be a tough play. He's not going to get any fumbles off the glove. It was in the gap. It was a base hit anyway. He tried to make the play. Hotterlane will go to second, and now the Senators are set up. Second and third, 1 man out. Red Sox are actually going to play the infield in. They're going to try to stop this. Fitzgerald comes up, and with 1 out, he's hitting with 15 at-bats during the season, has a ribby. You want to avoid a ground ball being the situation. They'll come home with that one. But Cal and Lapicio in on the left side. Goodman, Aganis, friends on the right side coming together. Fitzgerald looking at a very looking out a fearsome foursome up front there. White sets the target. Henry from the stretch. You want to keep the ball from going to the outfield to get the run. Keep it on the ground, a pop-up or a strikeout. Here's the pitch to Fitzgerald. 6-8, and that's a base hit for Fitzgerald. That's in the gap. Maxwell can't get it. Senators lead 2-1. Fitzgerald at 2 with a 1-out double. Knocks in 2. So there you go. That's one way to beat the infield in. He racked one in the left center field. Maxwell and Pearson went to go get it. Washington with a 2-1 lead. So here's Wayne Terwilliger hitting .333 and 21 at-bats. White sets in the target. Henry from the stretch. Runner at second, 1 out. Pitch to Terwilliger. 3-6. Ground ball to short. Lepicio looks back at Fitzgerald. Throws at Laganas. 2 away. Here is Spec Shea. Shea, 20 at-bats, a double, and RBI in the season. White puts down the target. Henry looks in. Runner on second and 2 out. Pitch to Shea. And that's a 2-3. Ground ball to second. Goodman throws him out. Ends the inning. Washington scores 2. We go to the top of the fifth. Senators to 1 lead. Come on, top of the fifth here in Washington. So 2-1 in the fifth. It'll now be Henry followed by Goodwin and Maxwell. Don't think you're pulling the pitcher of this situation. Fitzgerald puts down the target. Shea looks in. Here's the pitch to Henry. 6-5, fly ball center. Busby there. He's a 1. That's an easy catch. And makes the catch. Here's Billy Goodman. He's 0 for 2. He's hitting .357 now, 20 at-bats and 6 ribbies. He hit .303 of the most 500 at-bats for the Red Sox in 54. So a solid season for Billy. Fitzgerald puts down the target. Shea with the big windup, and here's the pitch to Goodman. 4-7 and draws the walks. Again, Spec Shea getting a little bit of trouble here. Runner on first, 1 out. Sox down 1 with 1 out in the fifth. Here is Maxwell. 167 now, 24 at-bats. He's 0 for 2, a couple strikeouts. Fitzgerald sets in the target. Shea working from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. Here's the pitch. And Goodman was trying to get a lead, but he couldn't. So Shea again steps off the rubber, looks in Fitzgerald, gets to sign. Peeks back at Goodman and the pitch. And that's going to be a 6-7. That's a line drive in the gap. Busby cannot get it. Goodman will go to third, and it's second and third Sox. So a 1-out double for Charlie Maxwell. Second, third Boston. Here's Jackie Jensen. Boy, his bat has just been electric this season. 483 now, 2 doubles, 3 homers, 11 RBIs. He's a single and double so far, and we're only in the 5th inning. Fitzgerald sets the target. Infield coming in for Washington. They're going to try to stop Goodman's run from scoring from third. Shea working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Jensen, and that's a 5-6 single left field. Scores 1. Here comes Maxwell. They are not going to try to score him there, and it's 3-2 favor of Boston, and that will probably do it for Shea. So now let's see what Washington will do. Washington's bullpen had to get up fast here as Shea looks like has struggled. He's entered a land of fatigue here in the 5th. Fitzgerald puts down the target. Shea, runner on first and 1 out. Here is the pitch. Looks like a hit and run. Ground ball to third for Yost. He's got it. He's not. Oh, he made the play on it. Let's see. Is it going to go through? No, he gets the play over at first. Nicely done by Harlane. So runner on second and 2 outs. Boston now with a 1-run lead. Here is Aganis. Aganis will be followed by White. Again, looking at the statistics, Aganis does struggle with runners in scoring position, so Shea will pitch to him, trying to get out of this inning alive here. Fitzgerald puts down the target. Shea from the stretch, looking back at Jensen. Here's the pitch. And they were trying to get a lead off Jensen again, trying to get on Shea's emotions out there by coming off the base. Shea looks in. Here's the pitch. And he gets him on a 2-9, struck him out. So Shea does the job. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 3-2 Boston now. Full excitement here at Griffith Stadium as we had a couple more lead changes. Now Red Sox with a lead by a run. It'll be Yost followed by Busby and Vernon. Washington bullpen getting loose. We'll see if they have a pitching change in store for them. White puts down the target. Henry looks in, and here's the pitch to Yost. 1-10 ground ball. That base hit for Yost. There you go. Yost with a base hit. Runner on first, and here is Busby. So Busby the batter. So Yost has been on a couple times. Now let's see if Henry struggles here. He might have a fatigue of 5-2 with his low innings total. White sets in the target. Henry from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Busby. 4-7 draws the walk. He may be one out away. Let's look at Henry's card and see if we're about that old Bill Henry here. He is. He's only a 5. Another hit or walk will tire Henry and go to the bullpen. Red Sox bullpen is up in a hurry. White sets the target. Henry from the stretch. First and second, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Mickey Vernon. 2-7, base it. That will fatigue Henry. Will they send a score? They'll try to score the runner home. Hold the trailing runners. The play. Got it, I think. Let's see, did they get him out the plate or not? Did they get him? No, they threw him out. Oh, what a play by White. He put his body in front of him, took the hard hit, and he got him. So what a play there by White. So first and second, one out. Play at the plate, nails him. And now the Senators now. But technically fatigues Henry, so they'll probably come out and get him. Here's Roy Sievers, 0 for 1 with a walk. White sets in the target. Henry from the stretch. And they're going to let Henry pitch here. 5-10, ground ball to short. Lapicio's a 442, and he turns a double play. How about that? 6-4-3. Henry gets out of the fifth, and the Senators still trail by a run. We go to sixth, 3-2 Boston. Here's White, followed by Pearson and Lapicio. So Fitzgerald puts down the target. Shea stays in here in the sixth inning. Here's the pitch to White. 1-5 is a ground ball short. Harley throws to Vernon, one away. And now here's Jimmy Pearson, 1 for 2. Single reached on an error. Fitzgerald sits down, puts down the target. Shea looks in with a big wind up to Pearson. 2-11 fouled out behind the plate. Fitzgerald there. He waits, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Here's Lapicio. He's grounded out twice. Fitzgerald sets in the target, puts down the signs for him. Shea looks in. Here's the pitch to Lapicio. 6-9 ground ball to third. Yost comes up and throws him out to Vernon. And that, folks, is all for the Sox in the sixth. We go to the bottom of the sixth, 3-2 Boston. Vollmer followed by Hotterline and Fitzgerald against Brewer now for the Sox. So Brewer has come in. He's 1-0, 1.13 ERA. 7 hits in 8 innings, gives the Red Sox 163 innings, 152 hits. A quality pitcher for the Sox here. It was like a good long reliever for Boston. White sets in the target now. Brewer a +5 in the hole, too. Here's the pitch to Vollmer. Vollmer on a 1-3 and struck him out. So a big pitch by the right-hander. So here is Hotterline, 1 for 2 with the run scored. White puts down the target. Brewer looks in, and here's the pitch. And there's a 5-5 deep drive to left field. That could be trouble. Jensen makes the catch. Oh, in the gap for 2 away. So here's Fitzgerald. Jensen has done absolutely everything today for the Sox. Jensen 3 for 3 and 2 RBIs in the ball game today. White puts down the target. Brewer with the big windup and pitch to Fitzgerald. 2-10, single 1-8, gets it through the side. So Fitzgerald with a 2-out base hit. Here's Wayne Terwilliger, 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out. Trying to get the Brewer here in the sixth. White sets in the target. Brewer from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Terwilliger. 1-7, struck him out. We go to the 7th. Spec Shea will probably be up next inning, and they'll see if they can get him through that one. So coming up to the game will be Consolio. Looks like he came in on a double switch with the pitcher Brewer. So Consolio will come up. He's been up 242 times on the real season. In the replay, he's actually 4 for 8 and 2 ribbies. So here is Consolio. Fitzgerald puts down the target. Shea looks in, pitching his 7th inning of work. 6-7. There's a line drive base hit for Consolio. He's 5 for 9. Good start on the replay for him. Runner on first and nobody out. And now here's Billy Goodman. Goodman, a 1R on deck is Maxwell. You might see a lefty in this situation for Shea, but you don't want to kind of make that change with the pitcher coming up unless you double switch it here. Fitzgerald sets the target. Shea working from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Goodman. 5-12 ground ball to first. Vernon's a 3-12. Does he make the play? No, he knocks it down, but that's a base hit in the hole. So 2 on and nobody out for Maxwell, and they might have to make a change here in the district. Boston with 9 hits. Washington with 7. Boston holding on with 3-2 lead as we go to a pitching change. Now with Shea leading off, that means Terwilliger might have to come out here. Let's see. You know what? They might bring a pretty good hitter, Pete Reynolds. Pete Reynolds will probably come in and play second base. He'll come out with his glove. He'll tap the second baseman and say, come on, guilty. He'll come out and pat Terwilliger and say, hey, man, the coach needs you. You're done. So they'll put the pitcher in the A spot, and we'll see who will be a good one. Let's see. Could look at Stewart here. He's a 4L. And let's see, with Jackie Jensen on deck, you probably be a one-stop pitcher right now. So let's see if they're going to, where do they go with on the air? So do they go with Stone? He is a lefty. He's a spot starter. And they're going to go, or unless they go with, he's not in rotation. So we're going to, you know what they'll bring in is Schmitz. Schmitz will be the new pitcher. And he's a lefty, so it'll be a lefty here against Charlie Maxwell. First and second, nobody out. Big double play needed for Schmitz. So Fitzgerald sets the target in. Schmitz on the season, 1-0, 9 innings of work, 13 hits, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. Schmitz from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Maxwell. 5-11, fly ball shallow right. Vollmer comes in, makes the catch, and there's 1 out. And now here's Jackie Jensen. Boy, King, what can you say enough about him? He's 15 of 30, 2 doubles, 3 homers, 13 runs batted in. Talking about MVP candidate for the American League right now. First and second, 1 out. Fitzgerald sets the target. This is a tough situation for Schmitz. Lefty, righty, pitching to the dangerous Jensen. Here's the pitch. 2-8, and there she goes. Jackie Jensen adds to his immortality of the line drive. Gone. 3-run homer, Jackie Jensen. And the Red Sox have taken a 6-2 lead. And that, folks, gives Jensen 5 RBIs on the season. He's a triple from the cycle. And, boy, his season cannot be getting any brighter. What a game for Jackie Jensen. Here is George Kell as you see why these Red Sox have had such an awesome April. Remember, a win today puts them in first place by half a game over those Cleveland Indians. Fitzgerald sets the target in. Schmitz from the windup. And that's going to be a 2-10. That's a line drive base hit for Kell. He's 1 for 4. Red Sox now 11 hits, the 4-run lead here in the 7th with 1 out. Here's Agonis. He's 1 for 3. So they brought the lefty in only to get bitten here. Fitzgerald sets the target. Schmitz from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Agonis. 6-8 ground ball back to the mound. Goes the hard way for the lead runner, and there's 2 outs. So Agonis on the fielder's choice. Here's White. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. That single is back in the 4th inning. Fitzgerald puts down the target. Schmitz, the left-hander, from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And they were trying to get a lead on Agonis. Here is a pitch to White. And that's a 4-9 fly ball right field. Vollmer there makes the catch. And it's been the Jackie Jensen show. Let's get up in Washington. Jackie Jensen can run for president as the Red Sox 6-2. So 6-2 Boston here. Last of the 7th inning. As the Red Sox have taken control here. Brewer still in for the Red Sox. He'll pitch to Reynolds, Yost, and Busby. Reynolds came in as a defensive replacement in the double switch that didn't fare well, hitting 136, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. White sets the target. Brewer looks into the windup. Here's a pitch to Reynolds. That's a 2-7 fly ball center field. Pearson there makes the catch, and there's 1 out. Here's Eddie Yost, 1 for 2 with the walk. White puts down the target and taps in the glove. Brewer with the windup and pitch to Eddie Yost. 3-10 ground ball short. Solo there to Agonis, and that's 2 outs in the 7th. Busby 1 for 2 with a walk so far. White puts down the target, taps the glove. Brewer with the big windup, and here's the pitch to Busby. 4-8. That's a triple on a 1. Base hit Busby. Base hit number 8 for the Senators. Here's Mickey Vernon, 1 for 3. Left-handed hitter. Single back in the 5th. White puts down the target for him. Brewer now working from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. And the pitch, 3-9, pop up the first. Agonis is there, makes the catch. And we played 7 all Boston, 6-2 Red Sox. Pearson followed by Brewer and Consolio, the bat for Boston here in the 8th. Against Schmitz, who will stay in the game. Fitzgerald sets down the target now, puts it down, waves the fingers. Schmitz with the big rock and delivery to Jimmy Pearson. 2-7 fly ball left field. Sievers there makes the catch, 1 out in the 8th. Here's Brewer. Brewer, the batter, bagged for the first time. He's actually a 267 hitter in real life. A double, 2 triples, and 7 RBIs. Fitzgerald puts down the target. Schmitz with the big windup and delivery to Brewer. 4-8 and struck him away in the 8th inning. A big game here for the Red Sox as they lead it by 4 with 2 outs in the 8th. And here's Consolo, 1 for 1 with a run scored. Fitzgerald sets down the target. Schmitz with the windup and deals. 4-4 catch axe behind the plate. That's Fitzgerald. He should be able to make the catch on it out in front of the plate and throws it out and ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 6-2 Boston. So Sievers, we follow by Vollmer and Hotterling against Brewer here in the 8th. Pearson will get a chance to bat in the 9th, a triple from the cycle. White sets in the target. Brewer with the windup. Here's the pitch to Sievers. 4-6 is a walk for Sievers. So Sievers is on. Here's Vollmer. He's 1 for 2, runs scored. White sets in the target, taps the glove. Brewer now working from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Vollmer. And that's a 6-8 edge, draws the walk. So 2 on, nobody out. Washington trying to get something going. The tying run is in the on-deck circle. Here's Hotterling. He's only been up 3 times during the regular season. He is the shortstop. So the Senators may look at the bench here in the bottom of the 8th inning since we're past our time where we have the as-played guys in. So let's take a look and see if there's any shortstops who can maybe swing the bat on this team. You want to not make the mistake and kind of bring somebody in and not have the replacement sitting for them. So they don't have a huge bench guy. Pete Reynolds was probably their best guy coming off the bench. He's already in the game. They'll let Hotterling bat here. 2 on and nobody out. White sets the target. Brewer from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hotterling. 4-6 out of walk, and the bases are loaded, and Brewer will be tired. So the Red Sox will probably have to go to their bullpen. Here's Fitzgerald. Boy, he's having a pretty good day. He's walked in the 2nd. He doubled home 2 in the 4th, and he singled in the 6th. Bases loaded. Tying runners at the plate. Let's see who the Red Sox go with, and they'll go to Kinder. So Kinder on the season had 15 saves. He's brought in the 8th inning here for a 6-out save. He went 8-8, 15 saves, 3.62 ERA, 106 innings, 106 hits over 107 innings. This year on the replay, he's 1-0, 5.40 ERA, 3 hits in 2 innings. Here's Fitzgerald. Bases loaded, nobody out. Senators trying to get back in this. White puts down the side. Kinder, the right-hander who loves pitching against left-handers. Here's the pitch. And that's a 3-7 walks him, and it's now 6-3. So Boston having a problem finding a strike zone. Washington now brings the possible go-ahead runner up, and it's Schmitz, and they're going to have to pull him out for pinch hitter. So they want to stay away from the lefty practically because of this. But their best hitter is probably going to be Wright, who's a 246 hitter. So they'll give a lefty a swing here. Kinder really, not that good against lefties. We'll get a swing here. So bases loaded, 6-3 Boston. Washington a chance to really pull within a couple runs here. White puts down the target. Infield staying back. Kinder looks in from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Wright. 1-2 and line drive. Oh, my gosh. And it ends the inning. A triple play. Oh, my goodness. 3-5-4. So Agonis goes to Cal, back to Goodman, and Boston turns the 3 killing. And that is why Washington did not survive in baseball. Holy crap. And that's a triple play to end the 8th inning. So a triple play will end it. So they'll need a new pitcher. They'll go with, let's see who they'll go with. Boy, that just took me by surprise. Let's go with, let's go to Kazakos. Sounds like some Greek pitcher here. So a triple play ends the inning. The idea, Jimmy Pearson coming up this thing, possibly looking for the cycle. Now the triple play takes over. What a triple play for Boston to get him out of the 8th inning. Boston leads by 3. We play the 9th inning. Holy cow, triple play. You roll that line out back to Strat, and yeah, there's an additional roll you have to make for the triple play, and I guess you did it, and that was it. So a triple play for the Senators. Wow, holy cow. Web Gem, triple play. And of course, the bottom 5th inning, Sammy White blocked the plate, saving a run. So Boston's made some great defensive plays today. Then Boston turned the triple play now in the 8th inning. Holy cow. Let's go to the 9th. It'll be Goodman, Maxwell, and then Jensen. When Jensen comes up, it'll be his turn to see what if he can stop Mr. Jensen right now. Fitzgerald puts down the target. Cosmic Coxgos puts down the sign, the right-hander. Here's the pitch. 6-high ground ball to short. He is a 456. Comes up, and no, it's in the dirt past Vernon's. That's an E6. That's the second error for Washington. And now here's Charlie Maxwell. 1 for 4 in the ball game. Again, he loves his lefties, but last time we did that, Jackie Jensen came up and hit that big 3-run homer, and that was back in the 7th inning. Fitzgerald puts down the target, so Kanakakos from the stretch. Here's the pitch, and Kanakakos is a +9, so they're definitely going to try some liberties on him here. Here's the pitch. 6-4, ground ball to short. Come on, Henderly with a 4 again. Nope, he not make the play. Knocks it down, and Jensen will have an opportunity with 2 on and nobody out. Infield hit. So Jackie Jensen, he's hitting .516 on the replay. 31 at-bats, 2 doubles, 4 homers, 16 runs batted in. He has doubled, singled, knocked in 2 of the single, and hit a 3-run bomb. He's a triple from a cycle. If he rolls a 2-8, it's a home run 1-14, triple otherwise. So the cycle is sitting for him. Does he get it on the pitcher's card? 5-8, triple on a 1-2. Let's see what happens. First and second, nobody out. Fitzgerald sets the target. Kanakanos from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Jensen. 6-6, pop up the short. They finally retired him. Hotterly makes the catch, and there's 1 away. So here's George Kell. He's 1 for 4. Fitzgerald sets the target. Kanakanos from the stretch. Here's the pitch, and they were trying to do some action out there. So here's the pitch to Kell, and that's a 2-7 base hit, George Kell. Goodman scores. Red Sox add another. They lead 7-3. Maxwell goes to third, and the Red Sox now have something brewing. First and third, 1 out in the 9th, up by 4. Red Sox out hitting Washington now 13-8. Fitzgerald sets the target. Kanakanos from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Aganis. 3-8 struck him out, 2 away. Here is Stan White, I believe he'll be his. Let's see what his name is. I probably messed up his first name for his parents at home watching this one on TV. Sammy White. Sammy White, like the wide receiver of the Vikings. So 7-3 Boston, 2 outs in the 9th. Fitzgerald sets the target. Kanakanos from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's a 2-4 ground ball to short, makes the play, ends the inning. Red Sox only get 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. They got their 4-run lead back, 7-3 Boston. So bottom of the 9th, there's a chance for Boston to put it away, and they would go 7-1 and take a half-game lead over the Cleveland Indians here in late April. So here's Pete Reynolds. He'll be fouled by Yost and Busby for the Senators against Kinder here in the 9th. White puts down the target. Kinder from the windup. Here's the pitch to Reynolds. 5-8, pop up the short. Consolo there makes the catch in, 1 out. When we're done here, we'll take a look at 3 days later. That's what we do. We'll auto-play 2 games ahead for every league, and then we'll look at the National League 3 days later and see what the best game is in the forecast. White sets the target. Kinder with the windup, and here's the pitch to Yost. 6-11, ground ball to third. Kell's got it, goes to first, and 2 men out. So here's Busby. He's 2 for 3 with the walk. He's been on 3 times. White sets in the target. Kinder with the windup. Here's the pitch to Busby. 6-10, and that is a 6-9, I think, or that's a gapper. That's a gapper double for Busby. He has 3 hits. So a 6-9 double chance. Busby now at second with nobody yet with 2 outs. And the Senators are still kicking. Here's Mickey Vernon, 1 for 4. He singled back in the 5th. White puts down the target. Kinder from the stretch, and here's the pitch. And that's a 6-11 single, 1 to 10. Base hit Vernon. Busby will go to third. And the Senators actually fighting a little bit here. First and third, 2 outs. Here's Roy Sievers. So he comes up. Sievers in the ballgame has been on twice with walks. So let's see if Sievers can keep it going. Remember, he had 102 RBIs during the season. He is neither clutch or non-clutch, so that's good for him. So he hits both. He hits well in both situations. Has a solid 2 column. Too many ballpark chances for playing here at Griffith because you're only hitting a home run on a 1 in a right-handed park. White sets the target. Kinder from the stretch. First and third, 2 outs. Pitch to Sievers. 3-6. Ground ball to short. Console the Goodman. Ball game over. Redsoxs at first place in the American League with a record of 7-1. Let's go over the records here. Boston goes 7-1. Winner goes to Henry, goes 5. Brewer with 2 pretty decent innings. 2 innings, 1 run that was earned, 3 walks. Kinder got the save, went 2 innings and 2 hits. Shea took the loss. Went 6 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, and it was all earned. Schmitz, 2 innings, 2 hits. The run that was earned, the big run, that was Jackie Jensen's 3-run homer in the 7th. Caracanos went 1 inning, 2 hits, and 1 run. The final score was Boston 7, Washington 3. It was Boston scoring a run in the first, Washington scoring 2 in the 4th. Washington with 2 runs in the 5th. They led 3-2. Big 3-run homer by Jensen in the 7th led 6-2. Washington in the 8th inning with 1 run could have been better, but no. Boston turns a freaking triple play in the bottom of the 8th inning. It left it at 6-3. Boston had a run in the 9th. Boston now leads at 7-3, and they win it. Boston 7 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error, while the Senators 3 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. Jackie Jensen's your player of the game, 4 for 5, 2 runs scored, 5 RBIs. His average is now at a gaudy 500. Doubles by Maxwell, Jensen, Busby, and Fitzgerald. Home runs by Jensen. Jensen 5 RBIs gives him 16. He's on a triple crown pace. Again, the big plays in the game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Sammy White blocked the plate, saving a run, and then Boston turned a huge triple play in the 8th inning. Red Sox win. The Red Sox win. They take over first place by half a game. Let's go ahead. 2 more games in the American League, and then we'll look at the standings. Then we'll go to the National League and find our game of the week that we'll have the next time you're here with us. So let's go ahead and auto everything else on Friday, April 23rd. We'll take a look at those games. We had some problems with the Baltimore beats Chicago 4-2. So Baltimore's hot streak continues. Detroit beats Cleveland. So Red Sox now with a full game lead over the Indians. So how about that, folks? So now we'll go to the weekend series. Saturday, April 24th. Everyone is playing. We'll go ahead and auto that one. Go ahead and auto Sunday too. And we'll start fresh with the National League probably that Monday. So let's go ahead and auto. We'll go ahead and auto that. Or we'll have a Sunday game of the week. We'll see how it goes. Baltimore, Chicago having some problems. Chicago beats Baltimore 3-2. Boston beats Washington 5-4. They keep up the streak. They're 8-1. Detroit beats Cleveland. So Boston's lead is, I believe, 2 games. Yankees over the Athletics is 11-8. So let's look at a Sunday schedule here. Sunday schedule, 5 games in broadcast, including a doubleheader between the Yankees and the Athletics. Baltimore will play Chicago for 2. So we're going to have some fun here. A little couple old-fashioned doubleheaders on April 25th. Remember, we skip ahead about 2 days of action, and then we'll go ahead and play the next scheduled game now we're set for a National League game. So we'll go ahead and auto our National League games, and then we'll see what the best game will be played. We'll see where that can be played in the broadcast. So far, Baltimore beat Chicago again 3-2. That Baltimore team is hot. Baltimore again, and they beat Chicago 5-2. They swept the White Sox. So let's look at this here and see what happens. So let's see who will come in. Oh, I guess I got to make a pitching move here. So let's see. Give me 1 second here as I got to make a choice on a move here. Let's go to Puerto Carmo and see if we'll get him a start here. So let's look at this. So Baltimore beat Chicago 3-2, 5-2. Baltimore is a surprise team in this 54 season. Boston beat Washington again. Detroit beat Cleveland again. Unbelievable. Philadelphia beat New York in the opener 3-2. Yankees came back and won the closers 7-0. So in the National League, as of the Sunday game, I'm afraid to look. This Boston team is roaring ahead. They are a game and a half ahead of the Orioles of 54. They're 8-3. They're 4 games ahead of schedule, while Boston is 5 games ahead of their pace. Cleveland is 6-4. They're 3 back. Detroit's 5-5. The Athletics are 4-6. The Yankees are 4-6. Washington's 3-7. And the White Sox are 2-9. Take a look at the National League here and get your game set up for you, what you're going to see next here on the channel. Let's see what's available here. Again, it's going to be the 23rd game. We'll go ahead and auto everything there. We'll probably have to play the Sunday game between these guys. So the Sunday game could either be the Cubs and Reds, Dodgers and Phillies, which we saw last time, or Braves and Cardinals. So, and there should be another game in there somewhere. We'll see if there's any doubleheader games we have to kind of avoid or play too. So let's look at the Friday games. We'll go ahead and auto those for you. And here we go. Oh, Cincinnati beat Chicago 8-7. Pittsburgh over Brooklyn 6-2. And Milwaukee over St. Louis 6-2. So Milwaukee continues to be ahead of the pace and continues to win. That's a thing for the Milwaukee Braves. Saturday games, again, it's Cincinnati. Again, it's Chicago, Cincinnati. That's going to be Pittsburgh and the Giants. That could be a game we can look at. Brooklyn taking on Philadelphia again, and Milwaukee and St. Louis. So let's take a look at that one. And then we'll see what we'll pick as our game of the week for, and that will be Sunday, April 25th, here on the channel. Again, we're doing this as an RJL type thing. We're going to play the entire schedule. We'll go ahead and play all there. Again, it was Chicago beating Cincinnati 3-0. Giants over the Phils 2-1. Brooklyn over Pittsburgh. Okay, I thought it was Philadelphia. Brooklyn beat Pittsburgh 5-1, and St. Louis beat Milwaukee 2-0. So let's look at the Sunday games and see what game of interest looks good. Let's look at the standings in the National League and see what exactly would make sense here in the National League. So in the National League, 9-4 right now. Very close. Everyone is within striking distance. Milwaukee's 5-3. St. Louis is 5-4. So that might be the best game to show you. Philadelphia's 5-4. Brooklyn's 5-4. Pittsburgh 6-5. Chicago 3-4. Cincinnati 4-6. And eventual world champion Giants are 3-6. They're struggling out of the gate in the National League so far, but it's so early as we're still in the end of April. So here are your Sunday games. Let's see if we can find a good one. We have a lot of doubleheaders. Cubs will play the Reds for 2. Phillies will play the Giants for 2. Brooklyn will play the Pirates for 2. And Milwaukee will play St. Louis. You know what? That looks like the best game, to be honest. Warren Spahn taking on Stu Miller. We'll call that our game of the day. That'll be at St. Louis's Sportsman's Park. Please stay tuned for that one, and we'll have more action. And then it's a doubleheader for the National League to get through also. Thank you, folks, for coming in. Appreciate everyone being here. This has been the 1954 replay. You have seen the games that have been autoed. The next game on the broadcast you will see will be the Milwaukee Braves taking on the St. Louis Cardinals from Sportsman's Park in St. Louis. This game has been brought to you by the Sports Time Machine as we bring you the greatest in sports entertainment. Have a good night, everybody.